Well, heck of a football team, heck of a football game with two teams out there competing their tail off. That went all the way down to the wire. I had said earlier in the week, it's almost eerie how similar these two teams are. When you look at the quarterbacks, the style of offensive play, and you look at the total yards, you look at so many things that were so similar in this game. It's just eerie how similar the two teams are. Give Cincinnati an awful lot of credit. They made the plays they had to going down the stretch with the touchdown reception there to turn and go up, and then to make the drive at the end of the game with a minute 15 left to go in the game, and to take it down the length of the field and put it in the end zone. I think Zach Collaros is a heck of a player. When I look at guys like Woods and Pete and Collaros that are all seniors and what they did to move the ball down the field, I give them an awful lot of credit. My heart breaks for our players, guys in there that just competed their tails off. I've said this before, there is no quit in this football team. They've gone out, they have worked extremely hard. They had a great week of practice last week. They came out here, and I thought they put it all out on the field. It certainly wasn't a perfect production. When you look at some of the mistakes that were made, we had a couple turnovers and 10 penalties. I don't know what the deal is with the penalties here, but that's 19 in 2 weeks. We had 9 last week. We had 10 this week, one for 90 last week, I think it was, and 109 or something like that this week. The penalties, just like I said, it wasn't a perfect effort, but I was really proud of a lot of guys that had to step up. With some of the injuries, we came into this game with Sterling as a sophomore, Deontay Welch as a redshirt freshman, Andre Davis is a true freshman, Ruben Gonzalez is a true freshman. We've got 3 receivers out there playing as freshmen, and all of a sudden you lose your sophomore. We lose our experience in Sterling. And boy, those young guys, I thought, really competed. I thought BJ was a champion today. I thought he competed his tail off. I thought he played really well. A lot of guys played really well today. A lot of guys really competed. It's disheartening because I look at how hard they play and how hard they work. I'm very grateful to everybody that came out to support this team today. I thought the crowd was great. I thought they were making a difference at the end of the game. They were into it. They were loud. It was a great atmosphere. It was a great environment. Unfortunately, we weren't able to come up on the positive side at the end. We couldn't get it done. What questions could I answer for anybody?
Yeah, but how much of a sense of missed opportunity is there now that West Virginia Rutgers lost last night? You had a chance to really step back into.
We did. We had an opportunity to step back into the race with the 2 losses last night, but right now I'm probably thinking a lot more about the missed opportunities today than I am in the big picture with everything. The opportunities that we had that we couldn't capitalize on either side of the ball. We got them in some long yardage situations on defense and we couldn't win. And we had some opportunities on offense and we couldn't get it in the end zone. So we just, right now I have much more of the missed opportunities today in my mind than I do the big picture. I did not sell the conference and the losses and hey, we're back into it with a win. We sold playing one play at a time and going out and competing today and playing it for the guy on the left and the guy on the right, playing it for each other and continuing to work the bond that we have in that locker room right now.
Skip, can you just talk about the end of the first half there with the clock running down? It looked like it cost you a chance at a touchdown at the end of the half.
Well, I wanted 3 points. You know, we called a sprint out pass on 2nd down, and I was looking outside at the route, and all of a sudden the ball carrier's running inside. I only had 1 timeout left. I had to burn one earlier on defense, and I only have 1 timeout left, and I certainly didn't want to take it there and then maybe take a sack or get a lost yardage play. It was 10-7. I said, if we come out with a field goal at this point, you know, and all of a sudden it's 10, that needs to be the worst thing to happen to us, is a 10-10 tie at halftime. But I was not willing to roll the dice, call the timeout with 15 seconds, try and run a drop back play, take a sack, and all of a sudden you don't even get the 3 points out of it. So that was the mindset and the thought. The thought on throwing it on 2nd down was if it's incomplete, then we could run it or throw it on 3rd down and then use our timeout to take a field goal if we needed to. But when we ran it, when we didn't throw the sprint out and we ran it, and PJ saw an opening and thought he could get in the end zone and tried to duck it up inside, the decision I made at that second was don't get caught here without a point. Don't get caught without a point, run the clock down, take your timeout, kick the field goal, make sure it's 10-10.
Skip, but how much time would you have had if you would have immediately called timeout when the pile was getting slow to be picked up? If you saw how Cincinnati was purposely delaying.
Probably about 14 seconds is my guess. I don't know, but probably about 14. Enough for 2 plays if it would have been an incomplete pass.
Right.
Enough for if it would have been incomplete, but if it would have been, if it wouldn't have been incomplete, when something happened, then we would have gotten 0 points at the half. And then I'm sitting here answering some questions, looking my team in the eye saying, why didn't you take the timeout and kick the field goal? I felt like in a 10-7 football game, the 3 points were the most important thing. We ran first and second down. We had our opportunities to get it in there. But like I said, I wanted to throw it on second down as well, and then third down was a run-pass option.